Christian Yale is our man who's watching this for us. Chris, thank you for joining us. What exactly is the situation where you are?
All right, so Martin, right now here at the Takrowase SHS parliamentary candidate Bernard Bediako has just come to vote. This is a polling station where he votes every election time, and so just as it went, just as custom demands, he has just come here at the SHS. He waves, smiley. We'll try to see if we can pick some few words from him to know his thoughts. Lawyer, so I know you've been able to tour some few areas. What has been your own impression so far? What has been the process for you?
Very, very good. I mean, peaceful. That's the very first prayer we made, that the election should be peaceful. And so far, so very good. I've been to 2/3 of the polling stations we have in the constituency, and I'm very impressed with the way the security officers and the Electoral Commission itself, and then the electorate have conducted themselves. It's been very peaceful. And the turnout, it's okay. It's still picking up. You know, today is a market day for most of the communities around, and so I'm sure a number of them went to the market, and hopefully they will come in the coming hours to come and exercise their franchise. There's been some expectations met in some polling stations, some overwhelmed, because I went to some polling stations and coincidentally these happened to be my strongholds, and you could see that the average turnout at that at those polling stations have increased. And so you can understand why it is like that, because that remains my stronghold. I mean, these are places that I hail from and all that. Beyond that, I think it's all well and good. We've come
all well and good. So what is the outlook for? You know, we've heard you earlier make statements very confident of victory. What is the general outlook going into 5 p.m. when polls come to close?
The election, as for the win, is a done deal. I can assure you, we've been in the game for a while, so we understand when it's going well for you and when it's not. I can tell you on authority that I've won the elections. What we are working on now is the margin of win, and so I can assure you, like, call me in the next 2 hours and I'll be able to tell you the margin. As for the win, we will gather again.
What makes you so?
The people who vote are not from the mass. They are with us. We talk to them and they tell us. Even as I landed here, they speak to me with their eyes, very little subtle ways of.
You don't fear delegate? You don't fear voters?
I've been in this game for a while. Trust me, I've been in the game for a while. I understand how it works. Look, even before I made it clear that I'll win the elections, I never said so before campaigning, but after campaigning I said it, because these are people you engage. When you talk, they talk back at you, and you can make meaning out of anything they tell you. And so I know what they've said. It's not time to discuss. When we are done and the gap is declared, we'll talk more about how we got here. But I can assure you, it's a done deal.
You're talking about gap, widening it, being very confident the way you speak. Should it go otherwise, would you accept it?
Why not? But they won't. I mean, I don't even have a choice. You cannot do anything about an election you won or lost. There is no alternative. If you lose, you lose. What will you do? And I'm a lawyer by profession. So if there is anybody who encounters loss in things we do, I am, because I don't always win my cases. You may be so confident, but sometimes the judge, and in our case, it's even interesting that as a lawyer, you go to court, you lose a case, the judge will give the reasoning and tell you that you've lost. You are obliged to get up and say thank you to the judge. So you can understand the kind of person I am. I am a game man, I understand. But in this particular instance, I can assure you that it's a win. We have barely 3 hours to go. And so if you are a politician of this magnitude and you cannot read the mood of the people, then I don't know. But I can assure you, I have been able to read the mood. And it's a win, 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 and win.
Okay, so we just had an interaction with the parliamentary candidate for the NDC in Akwatia, who has largely expressed confidence yet again that it is a done deal for him. But I mean, just in for anything, let us try to get him to speak the tree a little to see what he says.
Electoral Commission for your Majuma Senior say, Bambo for the Unyankupun Shrao, or my BBA as professionals, Emma BBA, so far BBA Sunsi. I feel so. Omwete your omte or my name a crew ha your more to a banner so ubia comporting home ubia yen yes so yen yes so be a so far unyamia don't be bia kuye kama bia kuye
kuye kama to a problem no ushe one way to about no train on
okay so so unim say by election.
All right, and so basically Bernard Bediako, who is the candidate for the NDC in the Akwatia by-election, is just re-emphasizing the main point yet again that it is a done deal for him. He sounds very confident, but that was one very question I posed to him, that see, looking at how confident you are sounding, should it go otherwise, would you accept the result or not? He says he will accept it. Of course, being a lawyer as he is, he does not win all his cases. That is an interesting thing to say indeed. But then we still continue to monitor what goes. He has just come to vote here at the Takrowase Senior High School where he votes. He makes the point about the fact that this is his stronghold, and so mostly per his engagement and interactions with those voters who have shown up so far to vote, it just sounds, and per the expressions worn on their faces, it looks like things are tilting in his favor, but he has always maintained that it is a win for him. However, whatever the voters decide is something that he'll go with. He does not fear them indeed, because he's been in this game just like he says, but it also paints that interesting picture about the fact that no matter how it is, no matter how it goes, everyone is ready to accept the outcome of the elections, and there are more people who continue to come here at the Takrowase SHS to cast their ballot, and indeed some dignitaries as well who come here to monitor or observe the process and how it is going. And as always, wherever you go, every little distance you make, you see police officers and security personnel who are here to safeguard the process and ensure that everything goes on smoothly and goes on right and goes on well. And that has been the process so far. And so one would only expect and anticipate that even as we gradually draw close to the end of the polls, things would continue to remain as it is. The weather has been very stable, very calm, very serene so far, and it even gives the room for more people to turn up to join the queues without the sweat and all that you have, Martin. And so that has been the update here. But I'm still trying to see if by the time Bernard Bediako is done doing the tree, we can get some final words from him as he departs this area to go to continue to. And I can say, Martin, it is indeed a case that when you come here, everywhere you go, you get to meet one party official or one national figure who is around. They've all been dispatched or delegated to various polling stations to monitor the process. It just means that no one is taking chances, and everyone is ensuring that in the end of the day, their candidate gets to win, and that they win. And the NPP is trying to maintain the seat, especially when you look at the number of the posters around the town. They mention and make it something that would honor the memory of the late member of parliament for this constituency, NST Akroma. And so that is one thing that they want to do as a party in its honor. But NDC would not also give it a chance to let it slide just like that. They want to ensure that as much as possible they win more seats in parliament. And when we look at the current makeup of parliament, it makes it very interesting. One would say that, you know, this is a party that has already gained much of the, you know, dominance over dominance, more or less in parliament. And so just as the NPP decided to withdraw from the Tamale Central election, one would have anticipated that they withdraw from this one as well, but that isn't the case. And so Bernard Bediako is making his way out of the polling station. He is done speaking to the media, summarily saying that he is sure of winning this for his party, the National Democratic Congress. He is sure of clenching this seat. And when you understand that this is not a seat that you say is for any of those two parties, it swings as and when. But when you understand the dynamics really, Martin, you get to understand that, you know, it is one that anyone stands the chance. Let's get some word from the DC of this area.
He's the regional minister.
Regional minister. Great. Yeah, the regional minister.
All right, Honorable, your observation so far?
Okay, it has been split since morning. I think this is about the 42nd place I've been, and so far it's not been so bad. Some have exceeded, are getting closer to their total registered voters, and some are still. We also believe that after 2-3 o'clock, a lot of them will be trooping in. But so far, the amazing thing about it is the security presence and how safe the place is. So I'm just taking this opportunity to tell everybody home that election in Denchimbo is so peaceful. Those at home who are just dig-darling to come here should all come here so that by 5 we finish with the voting.
Okay. Honorable, from the other electoral areas that we've been to, you've had issues of vote buying. I don't know if it has come to your notice.
No, nothing like that has come to my notice. I'm still moving on. Maybe I'll meet it somewhere, but I don't know if you've seen it personally, but I have not seen some and I've not heard about it. Maybe this is the first time. Let me keep going and let me hear so that we see what we can do about it.